You all know, in the spirit of theosophy, questions are not just for answers. They are steps towards our deeper awareness and definitely self-discovery. Today, our young theosophists will have the opportunity to engage directly with experience and wisdom with our senior members. Already we had collected few questions from our young members. So two young members would be representing them and putting the questions. And we will have an interaction with our esteemed two national lecturers who have agreed to respond to the questions of our young members. Before we begin, let us invoke the universal prayer. O hidden life, vibrant in every atom. O hidden light, shining in every creature. O hidden love, embracing all in oneness. May each who feels himself as one with thee know he is also one with every other. Now, I would like to introduce both our speakers. We have Professor C.A. Shinde with us. I will bring him on spotlight. Give me a minute. Can I see Brother Shinde here?
I'm there.
Yeah, you're there? Your video is on?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so your name is Galaxy Tab. Okay.
Galaxy.
Got it, sir.
Shinde, yeah.
Yeah.
And my video is also on.
Okay, sir. And then also I would like to, Brother Tendulkar, can you put your video on? Brother Tendulkar, if you're there, can you please come on video? I'll add spotlight. Hello, Tendulkar sir. Are you there? Okay. By the time Brother Tendulkar is joining us, let me introduce Brother Shinde to all of you. Professor Brother C.S. Shinde is a retired zoology professor. He worked at Sangli and Pune for 37 years. He's the author of 10 textbooks in zoology for undergraduate students. He has been a life member of the TS and has rendered his service to TS since 1975. In Marathi Theosophical Federation as president for 2 terms, he has conducted seminars, School of the Wisdom, many sessions, workers' training camp, study classes at various places throughout India as a national lecturer. His many articles are published in the Theosophist, Wake Up India, Theosophical Digest, the Indian Theosophist, and many other Federation journals. He has also given many short talks and participated in international symposiums during the international conventions at Adyar. He has compiled the Watchtower articles of Mrs. Radha S. Vernier, which is published as a book titled The World Around Us. He's a resident of Adyar, recently retired as the librarian of Adyar. So he has got a lot of aspects of theosophical life in his all this tenure at TS India and his experience as an international speaker where he visited many places like Sri Lanka, Crotona Institute in California and other places. So I welcome him. Let me also welcome Brother Tendulkar. I cannot see you on video. I will appreciate if you can put your video and audio both on. Is there someone who can help Brother Tendulkar to put video and audio on? Hello, Brother Tendulkar, are you there? He was just there actually. He just came off on his audio and video both. So by the time he's coming, I think we should start. I have got two members from Prayas Theosophical Lodge. Both are young. Shruti has just started working, so she has started looking for a new experience and work life, and she has probably a couple of questions pertaining to that. Pranshi is still a student, but they have also compiled the questions they have received from other young members. So I will request both of them to be on their video so that I can also put them on screen. And
Namaste everyone. So we are on video, ma'am.
okay, fine.
Yeah.
So do I see Pranshi on video?
Oh yes, she is.
Yes.
Okay, let me add her also. So by the time I am adding Pranshi, Shruti, you may take over and put your first question, second questions, whatever you have planned accordingly. And let Brother Shinde answer till the time Brother Tendulkar joining us. Yeah.
Sure, sure. So, as for the very first question to Brother Shinde, so since the world is evolving, so how are the main aims and values of Theosophical Society useful in today's world?
Thank you. Very good question. Actually, how are the main aims and values of the TS useful in today's world? In one sentence, I can say Theosophy's great value is having good people around us. Because who will join the Theosophical Society? Those are having the same aim, same mind, and same kind of mentality. So it is a kind of satsang. So Theosophy's great value is having good people around us. It gives the satsanga. But if we look at this question of young people, how are the main aims and values of these TS useful for the today's world? The answer is be grateful. Be grateful for this opportunity. Be grateful for the wonderful people around you. Be grateful for your own life. This gratefulness is a great virtue. And this unlocks your inner clarity and finally leads you to align with your divinity within. And that leads to create lasting success. And when we align with our inner being, that releases our subconscious limitations, strengthens our intuitive decision, rather, intuitive decision making capacity is developed, and we step into our next level of leadership, not by any force, but naturally and sustainable. Because young people must know all power is within you. You can do anything and everything. So the call is for action. Call is for be wakeful. Arise, awake, and stop not till the goal is reached. This is what the phrase we have been telling to the young people. Because soul that is within us is not born nor dies. It is eternal, everlasting. So faith in yourself is the secret of such kind of success. I look at this question. I think we can think of it as the aim or ideals of the TS. First, aim is the human regeneration. By regenerating to ourselves, how can we regenerate ourselves? Look at, are you listening? Listening is an art, but in general, human being listens not fully. 50% of his mind is thinking the other things, and only he listens half. And whatever he listens, understanding becomes again half. So if he listens not 100%, 50% if he listens, then understanding will be only 25%. And he just try to understand 25%, and afterwards he won't think, he won't contemplate, he won't contemplate on it or reflect on it. Therefore, he thinks almost 0%. So he listens 50%, understand 25%, and therefore thinks only 0%. Then what is the result? How can this theosophy be valuable unless he think deeply? But the wrong thing is he react double. He thinks zero, react double. So what is needed is reaction must be stopped, and we must orient towards our right response. This is what we teach to the young people. Uh, think upon your own thoughts and see you are thinking originally and responding properly, listening fully, trying to understand fully. So, this is how you must regenerate yourself, educate yourself, self examine yourself. And this is how the theosophy aim is human regeneration. By individual regeneration, we can bring human regeneration because human consciousness is one. Second point, I am telling here 3 points. One is the aim, second is the ideals. We have 5 ideals, and these 5 ideals are very important in the modern world. Theosophy has 5 ideals. In the center, there is the ideal of universal brotherhood. This is the first object which is included in it. Second ideal is the ideal of tolerance. We must develop tolerance towards all religions. So, comparative religion is essential to study and develop respect to the all religions. And the third ideal is ideal of true knowledge. So, for true knowledge, you must investigate yourself into the powers hidden in you and also investigate unexplained laws of nature. So these 3 ideals are important: basic, ideal of universal brotherhood, then following the ideal of tolerance of all religions, and ideal of knowledge, that is investigating. And the fourth one is all this true knowledge must lead to service to others. And the last fifth one, you must have belief in the perfected one. You can become perfect. Now you are imperfect. You can become the perfect. And the perfected ones are the masters of the wisdom. So theosophy, greatest value is of having good people around us. It is not what we get from them, but to be with them. This is what we must remember, and we must convince ourselves first. If I get 1 more minute, I will tell you, when we think of aims and values, then aim is to realize oneness of life. How can we convince oneness of life? Think seriously. Analyze yourself. Physically, we all are sharing one earth. Chemically, we all are sharing one pattern. Biologically, we all are sharing one life. And at molecular level, we have one DNA or one genome, human genome. And socially, we are sharing one humanity. And spiritually, we are sharing one intelligence. When we understand and convince ourselves with these deep thinking on the values of the theosophy, then why we have so many distinctions? in our mind. Can our mind become free from such kind of distinctions and become open? If you realize this, then you not only change yourself, but you bring remarkable change in the human consciousness. This aim, vision, and mission are the human values and trying to bring human regeneration. This is what I want to uh, give to the young people. Think over it deeply.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Meanwhile, Brother Tendulkar has joined, so I'll quickly introduce him. Brother Tendulkar has been a member of Pune Lodge of the Theosophical Society for over 40 years now, and he has served the society in several important roles. He was the ex-secretary of the Maharashtra Theosophical Federation, ex-president of Pune Lodge. He also contributed as editor of the Theosophical bi-monthly Jagriti, Vishwa Bandhutva. He's a national speaker of the Indian section of the TS Varanasi, and he has visited lodges, federations to propagate theosophy, lectures, workshops, study camps, and many ways. He has also served for many years as a member of the Executive Council of the Indian section, and he has vast experience in education, organizational leadership, and theosophical study. We are honored that he is with us. So we will probably go to the second question because Brother Shinde has extensively answered the first question. So maybe we can proceed further, and I will request Brother Tendulkar to explain it. If he can explain it fully, that's fine. And between you two, Brother Tendulkar and Brother Shinde, you may kind of answer to each questions in briefly for 2 minutes each. If somebody explains it and nobody, no, the other one doesn't want to add on, that's
Yeah.
also okay. Okay. So let's proceed. Okay.
Thank you, sister, for your kind introduction.
The question will be put by Pranchi. Yeah.
Yeah.
Namaste,
So,
everyone.
yes,
So
sister.
my question is, how is theosophy different from religion, philosophy, or spirituality?
Uh, so, um, this is the second question in series relating to religion, philosophy, spirituality. Brother Shinde just now explained in detail about our second object, which is the study of comparative religion, philosophy, and science. These are different aspects, uh, we can say, of a true religion. It has been said that theosophy is not a religion, but theosophy is religion itself. In the sense, it is a true religion. If you see the logo of the Theosophical Society, it includes Satyan Nasti Paro Dharmaha. There is no religion greater than the truth. So ultimately, religion um, makes man realize the ultimate truth. So that you can say also the value as well as the aim and object of the religion. But are we really today finding that in the existing religions? Perhaps no. Because is there any attempt to make man realize his real nature, true nature? Is there a movement going on for bringing followers of different religions together by study of one's own religion and also developing a kind of tolerance, patience, appreciation for other religions at the same time? Unfortunately, the reply will be in the negative. So, theosophy and theosophical society has to work for that vacuum which we find today. Today's world particularly these questions are asked in the context of utility of the TS in the present world, today's world. And we find today's world in a turmoil. And as Brother Shinde pointed out, that theosophy is for regeneration of humanity, which really stresses the need that there is already a great deal of degeneration, and we have to remove that. Dharma is meant for holding humanity together, dharayati. It is from that verb that dharma has come. And since the existing religions have failed to fulfill that role, it is theosophy which is described as the cornerstone of the future religion of humanity. So, in the context of the divine plan of evolution, uh, theosophy is a milestone, or theosophical society, you can say, on the ongoing process of evolution. We have to make man first realize his true nature, which is a divine nature. He has to discover that divinity, which is presently not at all visible, except very few exceptions. It should become um, a, a prominent feature of the present humanity. And that's why theosophy is struggling hard for regenerating humanity, to making man realize his true divine nature, and to follow the real path of religion along with the study of both philosophy as well as modern science, physical science. Theosophy, you can say, is also a science, but it is an occult science, not science which relies entirely on our sensory organs, which we can see, hear, touch, and then know about it. Theosophy goes beyond that and stresses the need that man should really explore the hidden potentialities which exist in man. And for that, theosophy prepares its followers, members, to really change the way we live our daily life. There is a great deal of importance given to daily meditation, concentration, study, and service also. We have to not just learn things for understanding, but practice things in order to bring about that conversion, reformation, regeneration in our mindset, in exploring our hidden potentialities, and in improving our relationships with others. By other, we mean everyone else. Each one has to become self reliant in finding his own way of development, and then become a useful member of the society. That's why the first object itself brings about a very great responsibility on the theosophical members, more particularly those who really want to become theosophists, not just theosophical members, so members of the society. So they have to practice theosophical teachings in their own life, change themselves, and become a nucleus of universal brotherhood. That is the ultimate aim of a religion. So we have to develop religiosity, we have to become intellectually philosophical in our approach, and we have to also not just concentrate on material success in life. That is not the real purpose of life. We have to understand ourselves and explore our hidden potentialities and become better members of the humanity. and ultimately realize the divine plan which aims at perfection of humanity. So, perfection is the aim. It is not just an ideal put before us to be achieved in long distant future. We have to work for it now, right now, here and now, and really proceed in that direction. So, theosophy must be a triggering point in this movement of regeneration. Then only perhaps we will really realize the difference of theosophical and theosophical society in comparison with the present system of religion. Present religions have not been able to achieve their goal, have not been able to perform their role effectively, and therefore there is a need to regenerate even a system of religion, organized religion. It must go beyond just following traditions. It must really understand the spirit of religion and develop that religiosity which ultimately transform the man from just being an evolved animal to becoming really a divine man. I think, even briefly, that is what I can say in answer to your
Yeah.
question.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. We'll proceed to the next question. And maybe going ahead, we would see if we can restrict to 2 minutes each, or maybe one person each a question kind. Take.
I want to,
Okay.
Swarnina,
Yeah, yeah, sir.
answer the same, just add to this question. It is
Please.
a very important question they have put before us. How
Mhm.
theosophy differs from religion, philosophy, and spirituality? Very good question. You must see how we differ from these. So, as Tendulkar has rightly said, theosophy is not a religion, but it is a wisdom religion, source of all religion. That young people must remember. It is the religion of responsibility. That human regeneration, as I said. So one must become duty minded, real seeker of truth, and in our duty as elder brothers to the subhuman kingdom. So this is the important aspect of religion of responsibility. We must be more human concerned, global concerned, and develop that religious mind, which is the duty mindedness. And the third, the theosophy is not a philosophy, but philosophy of perfection. The theosophy teaches us how man can become perfect and the master. So human soul grows life after life, and it becomes perfect in all its faculties. Now it is not, all our faculties are not yet developed. So it is in process of developing. So this philosophy of unfolding is there. And with this, our civilization becomes more and more good. Civilization after civilization, humanity becomes perfect. Soul becomes perfect, life after life, and humanity becomes perfect, civilization after civilization. So, and the last one, theosophy is whether science, how it differs from the science. It is definitely science of spirit. So when young people must remember, theosophy is the religion of responsibility, and it is the philosophy of perfection and science of spirit. So here, myself being a science student, I tell you, theosophy motivates us to move forward physically, psychologically, and metaphysically to the etheric template and the electromagnetic field. This is what theosophy takes us beyond metaphysical to the etheric template and his electromagnetic field. So, this etheric template with its etheric matter that surrounds and interprets in every cell and tissue and organ. So our physical etheric body contains 7 subdimensions of matter ranging from solid, liquid, and gases to the 4 subdimensional subtle etheric matter. And this etheric template, which is a life force, and this force centers in our chakras. That is what it explains. And this enables our physical body to have active vitality and consciousness. And this etheric template is energy channel to all our electromagnetic field around the physical body. The etheric template and its etheric magnetic field allows you to receive and perceive information for your other subtle bodies. Emotional, which is the 4 dimensional, mental is the 5th dimensional and higher. Without your etheric template, you could not exist, and beyond, you could not exist beyond subjective experiences on the material plane. See, this is what the theosophy is differs from what we study in the textbook of science. So in this is very good question. The people belonging to the different faculties like religion, philosophy, and science must see the difference, how theosophy differs from this. The very good questions you have put. Try to understand deeply this. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So we'll proceed with the next question.
Yeah. Brothers, for a new or a young member, what is the best way to begin the journey to Theosophical Society?
To begin
This
in the journey of the Theosophical Society. Very good again question. Yeah, the new member can study. You can begin with the Theosophical order of service. Better you involve yourself in the Theosophical order of service. You can participate in the study group. You can participate in the workshops. You can come and join the training camps, online resources, which are really access to the talks and articles. You can contribute in this. We have also the scholarships for the young people. But who is young? This is what one must realize. One who has kept his curiosity alive is young. It is not measured by the age. So best way to begin in the TS for the young members, first become diet awareness, try to become vegetarian. In this Kali Yuga, it is very essential if you are entering into Theosophical Society. What you eat, that you become. This is the paraphrase. So first fulfill your physiological needs, then be self-dependent, safety, especially economically, then be social, develop love and belonging to your family, to your land, to the nation, like this. Then develop your self-esteem, conscious, becoming responsible or a right citizen of your country. Then the fourth, be a person of character with your own talent and skill. Then be introvert. Try to bring inner tuning. Spend more time in mindfulness and be a visionary. You must be a person of vision. And then you will become a really man of principles. Principles are beginning with the discipline, practice. And those principles are equanimity, detachment, self awareness. So, if you develop this, then you can read the book written by the C.W. Leadbeater and Annie Besant, Seven Principles of Man, like reincarnation, death and after, karma. the astral plane, Devchanic plane, man and his bodies, web of universe. So these important books you must study, and evolution of life and form by Annie Besant. So this is what I want to add. Even occult powers in nature and man by Geoffrey Hudson. This book is also helpful for you. Basic morality of by Annie Besant, divine plan. So these all are very essential. What is needed is you must be develop a learning mind. At present, your mind is confused. Make it open and active. Only that mind can learn. You must have this learning mind and service mindedness. This is what I want to give a new or young members. What is the best way to begin the journey in the TS? Start with the service. Whatever service you have to give, because H.P. Blavatsky has said the first step in theosophy is to serve the other. So this is what I want to add in this. Thank you.
Thank you. Brother Tendulkar, you would like to say something on this
Yeah,
question?
so I will be brief because time is running fast. I would only say for a young man or woman to be mindful of his or her duty. Find God in your work. Work is worship. It's good that if you are philosophical or spiritually minded, but you cannot be idealist. Um, Better become practical, dedicate to your work, love your work. Because as Jay Krishnamurti has said, only when you start loving everything in life, you become religious. Without love, um, uh, nothing is really possible. Therefore, the first thing which a young man who is generally career minded, who has responsibilities of himself and his family members, and he has to be at the same time practical. So, he must learn to find theosophy at his workplace, with his colleagues, with his superiors and subordinates. If he can make his workplace a learning ground, then I think he will be able to really become a theosophist in the time to come. Because otherwise, if he focuses his attention on study of theosophy and involving himself in theosophical activities, it is quite likely that he may not be able to give justice to his duties and responsibilities, because he is still at that stage of grihasthrashram. He has not reached sannyas or vanaprasthashram. So, particularly, this question is addressed to the new and young member. So, in that context, I will suggest try to find God in the work which has come to you as your duty. And then, side by side, you can devote your time as far as possible to study, meditation, and service. As Brother Shinde said, TOS, Theosophical Order or Service, could be an ideal supplement to the theosophical member, to bring theosophy into practice. So, with that addition, I will think we will go to the next
Yeah.
question.
So let's move to the next question.
So the next question is, how does the Theosophical Society support the personal growth of children and young people?
Here again, I think we will have to take into consideration the stage at which the child or youth is in his life. A child is in a growing stage. and there is considerable influence of the parents and the teacher on the child. So, um, in what way theosophy can help this? Perhaps we can see how our great theosophists like H.S. Alcott, Annie Besant, J. Krishnamurti have used education as a tool for learning of this philosophy, not just um, study for the sake of earning our livelihood, but study for the sake of our inborn qualities and potentialities. As Krishnamurti used to say, a teacher has to not force something into the brain of the child, but um, allow the child to open up his brain and bring out what is already existing there. So that should be, I think, an approach to be adopted for a new or young member to begin with, and to develop that interest in developing that spirit of inquiry. Generally, children are dominated by their parents and teachers, by imposing discipline upon them, by um, uh, insisting upon following the traditions, and there is very little scope for a child to come out with his true, real personality, his individual distinction, which is perhaps the heart of the theosophical teaching. We say that every monad is distinct from every other monad. So our Jivatma has to develop that distinctive feature which is there in every one of us as an individual. Generally, there is a tendency in following the tradition to move along with the group of which we are members. And therefore, generally, that distinctive characteristic of Jivatma gets lost in the whole process. We must preserve that distinctive feature, take care to develop that, and that is the only way to proceed on the path of perfection. Worldly success is only a small part of our present incarnation. But present incarnation is only a bead in the whole garland of so many lives through which we will be passing. So we must take a long term view of education when we teach a new or young member theosophy. Theosophy should be taught in that perspective of a process of development which will run through life after life. And therefore, every incarnation is a step in the long journey on the path of spirituality. But that spirituality could be developed by living all our worldly life in an manner where we will utilize all our senses for right perception, right listening, right understanding. Developing that wisdom should be our aim, not just getting highly educated by putting lot of information and using computers, artificial intelligence, and increasing our dependence on external sources. Instead of that, emphasis should be on developing our internal sources with which we are born. So that should be the approach when we really approach the new and young members in theosophy.
Thank you, sir. I think we should move to the next question and
No, before that, I would like to add in this. It is
please.
very important. Don't be hurry because these questions are very important. How does TS support the personal growth? So when you enter into the theosophy, definitely with certain aim of to grow spiritually, get transformed. This is the real inquiry the young people they have put. So for them, theosophy gives very, very good answer. By it says character building. How can we build our character? Personality building we see outside the world. But character building is very well explained in theosophy that as a man, we are thinkers. Means we must observe our own thought. So if we begin to watch our thoughts, and those thoughts are expressed in the form of words, then we begin to watch our words. Before we speak, we select our words. So this is how next step we will reach. And when we begin to watch our words, then we see our words are nothing but the actions. Some people are happy with our words, some are hurt. So these words are actions. So then we begin to watch our words, actions. And when we begin, and if you don't watch, then it becomes the habit. And we must start observing our habits because that becomes our character. So you are habituated to think particularly. So that becomes our character. So be free from the habit. How to become free from the habit? Very nicely explained. There are very things, but we can tell to the young people. Physically, we are lazy. Emotionally, we are selfish. And intellectually, we are careless. So if we change this, then the very laziness kills our ambition. But it is not true. Ambition kills laziness. We have also to be ambitious so that our laziness is killed. And when we say ego hinders the spiritual growth, yeah. But when you grow spiritually, ego dissolves. So how can ego hinder spiritual growth? So both are contradictory. So try to understand this. Jealousy and peace. Jealousy kills our peace of mind. When we are at peace of mind, there is no jealousy. So peace of mind kills the jealousy also. Doubt kills our confidence. But when we are confident, there is no doubt. J. Krishnamurti said, when you see clearly, there is no choice, no distinction. So this is what I think we must tell. But the master has said, try. That word is given. So try mentally, try emotionally, try physically, and be free from laziness, carelessness, and selfishness. But remember, stone is broken by the last stroke. So try. Success is the result of continuous effort. We called for right action, and the action must be now. It must not be postponed. There are many yesterdays, there are many tomorrows, but we are losing this today. So this character building is very important for the young. That is what I want to add in this. Any
Very
other
nice, sir.
question?
So what I'm suggesting is probably considering the time, we will just take one more question, and I will request Brother Pradeep Mahapatra to give us another slot, maybe next week or next to next week, to do another question answer session with both of you if you're available. So we will
Yeah.
have a second session. Okay.
Yeah, that is better.
Yeah.
Because we are aimed at high to educate young people. So
Yeah.
let them have time also, right?
Yes. So we will just take one more question, and then we'll keep a few more for the next session. We'll see when we can do it, maybe next week or next to next week. So maybe last question we can ask. Any question, Shruti or Pransh, you can ask, and we will conclude with that, hearing from both the speakers. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. So, brothers, how does the Theosophical Society contribute to humanity beyond its membership?
Yeah,
Oh,
so here perhaps the understanding of the questioner is that whether Theosophical Society is limited to its membership or has it the scope beyond its membership, right? Because normally the understanding is that unless you become a member of the society, you cannot participate in the activities of the society. Actually, in practice, at least as far as I know, there is no such uh, limitation uh, for the non-members to participate in many of our activities. In our lodge, for example, our study classes, various kinds of online, offline discussions, they are open even to the non-members. So those who are interested, there is no bar in participating in the activities of the lodge. In fact, um, there are many spiritual organizations. Theosophical Society is one of them. No doubt it has its own distinctions. But it has also been said, even by the masters, that there are many more theosophists outside the Theosophical Society. So we must understand this, that to be a Theosophical Society's member and to be a theosophist are two distinct things. Just by contributing uh, the subscription for membership, which of course now doesn't exist, but it was there in the past. So that is a formal requirement for becoming a member. But to be a theosophist in spirit requires really um, transforming ourselves. One who exists not for himself, but for others. So whole uh, aim of life changes there. As in spiritual things we call pravrutti and nivrutti. Generally, we are driven on the path of pravrutti marga, where our worldly desires, worldly motives, they get priority in life, and we live for fulfillment of those things. And instead of understanding our real nature and our inner urge for fulfilling that um, motive, we don't live. We live for various kinds of worldly purposes. We are after advancement in career. We are after getting various kinds of pecuniary benefits out of our service and profession. We increase our position, prestige, popularity. All these are worldly things. But inevitably, we are drawn and dragged after those things, which really deviate us from the path of progress on the spiritual path. So, what is really necessary for the Theosophical Society is not to confine only to its membership, but to uh, reach much beyond the Theosophical circle. The membership of the Theosophical Society is very limited amongst the 800 or billion of people's population of the earth, we have only few thousands members. But those few thousands really have to work like a nucleus, so that they can really um, magnetize, influence, activate those who are non-members, because large majority of humanity lies beyond the small membership of the society. So our real people or target should be outside Theosophical Society only. What we can do for them, how we can reach them. There are various organizations. We can make them as a channel for Theosophy. There are schools, there are colleges, there are various kind of NGOs, service organizations, various government service departments also. There are police department, prison department, education department, religious organizations, senior citizens forums. Mention one and you will remember so many which constitute the human society. So, in fact, it is very much necessary to go beyond its circumference within which many times we get confined in our theosophical activities. Unless we uh, take theosophy to the masses, which doesn't mean we should undertake propaganda of theosophy, but at least people must know that an organization like Theosophical Society exists. There is a philosophy called theosophy, which is not just philosophical or ideal teaching, but which is very much a science of life and art of living. It is directly connected with our day to day life. And only when we can bring theosophical teachings in our day to day life, the process of transformation or regeneration will begin. As long as that does not happen, mere theosophical study by the limited members of the Theosophical Society will not take us very far. So, we must have non members or the population beyond the limited circle of theosophy as our target. And we must make conscious effort through various channels of institutional channels, various groups, voluntary, involuntary, formal, informal, to reach them. If we reach them, if we show concern about them, we can show them the path to solve the deeper problems of life, not just um, um, tricks or tips on achieving the worldly success, but some kind of real advancement which will be of a permanent nature, which will build character, as Brother Shinde said. Developing of character is a kind of permanent asset for every individual. And it is such men who have correct character, who follow virtues in life, who learn to give up all kind of vices which are keeping us at the level at which we are. Progress in real sense, all advancement in which is of a permanent nature cannot be achieved as long as we are not able to give up our limitations and vices, as long as we do not develop virtues and character. So it is the character building activity which is essential not only for the members but for large uh, uh, um, uh, population which fall into non-members. So if we could grow our membership, it is really desirable. But it is not the only aim or target to grow in membership. But our real target should be to influence those who are beyond our membership and to act as nucleus of universal brotherhood for the non-members. That is our first object and perhaps the most important object.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah.
So,
Well, time is less, and I will end this question with this additional of this. A very good question. How does the TS contribute to humanity beyond its membership? The very simple answer is we work together more effectively in invisible world. That principle needs to be understood because we pray for the fulfillment of the divine plan. There are only two types of people, those who know and those who do not know that the God
Yeah.
has a plan, and that plan is the evolution, unfoldment of consciousness. So we pray for the fulfillment of that divine plan, and also we pray for the global awakening. This is how we contribute to humanity beyond our membership. When we say, lead me from unreal to real, lead me from darkness to light, lead me from death to immortality, it is very effective prayer which Hindu tradition we say. Because we trust a man who can see following three main things, who sees the sorrow behind our smile. See, even if we say show face, smiling face, but the sorrow behind it is hidden. We trust a man who love behind your anger, and we trust a man who reason beyond your silence. And we have these leaders in Theosophical Society on which we have trust and we follow them. So prayer is not a, a stepping stone or stepney wheel which pull out when in trouble, but it is a steering wheel. So prayer is a steering wheel that keeps on right path throughout our life. So when we say morning is not only a sunrise, but a beautiful miracle of God. That is, when we say, lead me from the darkness to the light. So this miracle, every morning we see, miracle of the God that defeats the darkness and spreads light. So this is how we must understand and our very prayer. So how we contribute to humanity beyond our membership is we work on invisible world. When we say the very prayer of the Theosophical Universal Prayer, O hidden life, vibrant in every atom. So that every atom, this is the invocation to the concerned with the earth sources, mineral kingdom. We should not exploit them. Then when we say, O hidden light shining in every creature, so everybody has got opportunity to shine, right from the our human kingdom and subhuman kingdom. So when we say, we develop that thing. And when we say, oh hidden love, embracing all in oneness, this is the invoking to the human kingdom. It is the man only who can love his subhuman kingdom. He can act as the elder brother, and therefore he develops this quality of relationship, right relationship with all kingdom, and he is on the path to realize oneness of life, bringing the uh, forming the nucleus of the universal brotherhood, which is the first object of the Theosophical Society. So this is how we can contribute to humanity beyond our membership, without any distinction to which he is belonging. We are more concerned with the human concern and global concern with this religious mind. Thank you for giving this
Thank you.
opportunity.
Thank
It
you
is
so
time
much.
now.
Thank you so much, both brothers. And since it's a question answer session, so we would not many deliberation questioning or after that. So we will request Indian section to give us another slot to continue this question answer session, maybe next week or next to next week. Me or Kritika will reach out to you, brothers, and get this planned. Thank you, everyone. Thank you,
You
Brother
take
Shinde.
in
Thank you, Brother
after 1 month.
Tendulkar.
In March, you can take it
Okay, maybe
because
we'll do it next month. Okay,
because
fine.
it is not
Yeah,
good
yeah, yeah.
immediately.
Sure, sure, sure.
Let the young people think over it and
Yes,
ask
yes,
for
yes.
it.
Yeah. There are a couple of questions left out, so we will reach out to other
Well,
kids
yes,
so that we will do it next month. And thank you, Shruti and Pranshi. I really appreciate that you took out time because it's these days, young people taking out time for such things is, we will be grateful for them.
yeah.
Thank you, both of you. And with this, we'll end the session, but we'll do a closing prayer, of course.
Yeah, I would suggest that in the next session, you may give them opportunity, these young people, to give their feedback on whatever information we are
Yes,
giving.
yes, yes. Maybe we'll start with that. Maybe
Okay.
Pranshi and Shruti will start with their summary of last
So,
session and then.
they're what they expect from us.
Yes, okay, okay, we will do that. We will reach out to you personally on that, not as a group. Okay, so we'll do the closing prayer. Sarve bhavantu sukhina, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschit dukhavag bhavet. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you, everyone.